Year of the Dad Gaming. What's up, buddy? Thanks for the tag. I really love it. It's good. I didn't do a Follow Friday this week. I take breaks until I get inspired by something. But it's funny that you bring up the yard sale question, because that was actually going to be one of my yard sale. No, that was going to be one of my Follow Friday questions. So, you know, next time I should be faster. But I saw your haul that you got at the yard sale. Love it. Love the stuff like that when you find that. Actually, I do a lot of yard sale walks and thrift store walks. Every day I go to a thrift store. The one near me is actually pretty good. And yard sales on the weekends, I go with my kid. You've seen me record videos of me just going for walks, and we look for yard sales. So the question is, what is one of my biggest finds at a thrift store and or yard sale? I want to do one better. I'm gonna answer both. So if you follow me on Twitter, you'll see that I buy a lot of things off the thrift stores. All of these. But the most special one, the one that I was very happy about, was this one. Hopefully it popped up. Finding a GameCube. I wanted a GameCube for years, but I refused to pay like $80 for it or $100 for a GameCube. But I found one at the thrift store, and it was the GameCube. I had the game, I had the controller, I had the wires, everything for like, what, I think $30 I paid for it with tax. And that was awesome. I was so happy, and I'm like, cool. And I put it on my shelf, and now I remembered my Wii was a GameCube, so now I use my Wii because I don't want to burn the disk drive on the GameCube. That was so happy when I got that. I also got the Atari 7800 at the thrift store, but that was a little bit, I had to haggle for that. Recently, I got this guy. Whatever this is, it's a arcade stick something or other that works on PS4, PS3, Xbox One, and Neo Geo Mini and all that. And the greatest thing is, it's brand new. Like the little thin piece of plastic we all love is still on the package. I paid $25 for this, and I wanted to play it for like Street Fighter and stuff. And that was just like yesterday, so that's amazing. I'm super happy to play around with it. I even found a Genesis game yesterday. So, you know, I go to yard sales a lot, mostly find controllers. But yeah, the GameCube is my most happiest. As for yard sales, well, as well, I also found all these. Man, it's gonna look really stupid if I don't put anything in there. But most recently, over the weekend, actually, I was walking to buy a skateboard. Now, here's the story. I'm very comfortable on a skateboard. I skateboard all the time. Not now, but I like, to me, riding a bike is like, you know how you go on a bike, you're like, oh, I remember how to do this. That's how I am with skateboards. It's not like, oh, am I gonna fall? I'm not gonna fall, except this one time. So there was a bunch of yard sales happening in the neighborhood, and I went up to a guy who had a bunch of skateboards, and I went on the skateboard, and I fell, and I hurt my leg. But I hurt my leg not from the fall, but from the pulling, like trying to stop yourself from falling, kind of like what VGA Hero did when he like took a deep breath and hurt his neck. What a wuss. I did the same thing, except I was skateboarding, so thanks. And I gave the skateboard back. I was like, no, thank you. And that's the one where you see like the Mega Man I posted. So I went to another yard sale that had skateboards, and they were selling their skateboards for $1. And it has to be like Zero brand. It's my brand of skateboard, not Walmart, like actual good ones. And I was wearing my Atari shirt, kind of like what you were doing with your Nintendo hat. So I was wearing my Atari shirt, and I'm like, okay, I'll take the skateboard. And the guy's like, hey, you like Atari? I said, I do. He goes, give me a second. And he went away, and then he came back. And then he opened up this box of just Atari games. Beautiful Atari games. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And I just looked at the first like couple layers, and I'm like, I'll take it right away. And he's like, are you a reseller? I said, I'm actually not a reseller. I'm a collector. I go, you can follow my Instagram account at Unplugged Game Boy. Yeah, I'm doing my own shout out. And he goes, oh, Game Boy, just a second. And he went inside. Then he came back outside, and he threw this in there. And it was, so now I went from having, how's the other one? I went from having no unplugged Game Boys to 2 unplugged Game Boys. Life's funny that way, right? I've been looking for an unplugged Game Boy for years. I have like the other ones here. I don't know if you can see it. I have the Game Boy Colors. I have 2 Game Boy Colors. I have Game Boy Pocket and all that. But I haven't had an original since I was a kid. Now I have 2 of them. And this is from a yard sale. So he also got me the Turtles game and the golden Pokemon game, or yellow with the Pikachu one. And I said to him, all right. He's like, make me a deal. I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm bad at haggling. I'm like, 50? He's like, okay, I'll take it. So I got all that for 50. And then when I opened up the box, inside the Atari box, besides it came with 2 controllers and the paddle controls for Breakout, inside the box came with the manuals for Atari games. Like, this is amazing. Like, it's legit manuals. Look at this. Defender, the manual for the Atari, Centipede manual. This is amazing. So cool. And then, now I hope my brother doesn't watch this. He asked me if I like toys. I said I don't really collect toys. It's not my thing. He asked me if I like Transformers. I said I do. I mean, I like Transformers as much as the next person, but I'm not a big guy. He goes, I go, but my brother does, and his birthday's coming up. I want to get him something. He goes, hold on for a second. He came outside with a box full of Transformer toys, and this is pretty damn cool. I hope my brother doesn't see this. It's going to ruin his birthday party. A 1980 original Optimus Prime. It's metal. How cool is that, eh? Anyways, thank you so much for the question. I had to tell someone. I told like 14 people in my real life, and they're like, cool, man. That's really cool. What's Atari? And I'm like, oh, I gotta share this with people. And I'm gonna do a Follow Friday question. I never did. So I'm glad you did. Thanks a lot for the shout out. Peace.